Hello, welcome to Zani Heza YouTube channel. My name is Charles. I am the founder of Zani Heza, and it's my pleasure to welcome each and every one of you, as we say in Kinyarwanda, Murakoze. Thank you. As you join, please tell me hi. Tell me again. I know some of you right now, although it will be amazing if you each one have those amazing emojis we have for you. It is my pleasure to welcome you back to our channel. Tell me, how is the sound? The life of going live is interesting. I can't hear what I'm saying. I can only hear me speaking to you in front of the screen. So tell me in the chat box how the sound is. Tell me how you are doing in this COVID. Um, we are gonna have a great conversation on. Wow, there's a new sheriff in town in the United States, and I've been reading about um, his take on travel policy in the world in general. And I thought that would be a great topic to discuss. Um, and there's also some amazing research that I found out. This is going to be amazing. Again, if you just join me, say hello. Um, we will start shortly. I am really interested in making this more interactive today. Uh, why not inviting one of you to join? How is everyone doing? This COVID continues um, to impact the lives of many. As you read or heard from my previous live, Rwanda, specifically in Kigali, they went in lockdown, and in the country, it is challenging. There are a lot of functions that requires people not to be in their home in order to go on. I just realized that I may not have been audible, in which case, do I have to say my greeting again? I don't know. The sound is always interesting. I just realized that I may not. Hi. Anyways, it looks like the sound is fine. Hello again, welcome to our channel. I believe it's getting late all over the world now. It's almost 2 p.m. where I am, and it's midnight um, in Europe and in Kigali. So yes, COVID, lockdown, the livelihood of many may be actually is impacted uh, because of the type of the work they do. So in Kigali, I guess it's very challenging to many. So my heart goes to the families that are under those very um, challenging circumstances. How can one feed their family if they cannot go out and sell their foods um, and anything else they have on the market? Um, so as you join, let me know. Um, so that we can discuss travel. There are some really good findings that I found out during my research on travel. We are primarily a travel company, and our aim is to show you Rwanda through our eyes. That's what we always say. We would like you to explore the land of a thousand hills to begin with, and why not the whole 54 countries on the continent. Africa is 54 countries. Um, in some places, they still refer Africa in a way that it sounds like it's one big country, and it's not. And that's a point that I would like to discuss as well in raising awareness about Rwanda and Africa. For example, Rwanda is located in the east. So I'll do some geography. Share the borders with Uganda in the north, Tanzania in the east, DRC in the west, and Burundi in the south. Did I pass my geography? East Africa. It's the heart of Africa. Small nation. We are a small nation. And only looking at that East Africa or even Central Africa, there is huge diversity. I, for one, know that firsthand because I was born in the Democratic Republic of Congo and I was raised in Rwanda. And I can feel the difference. Despite only living about 8 years in DRC, where I was born and spent my first 8 years. And it's also interesting because Kinshasa, or DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, is such a big country that, well, you know, if you are in the West where I was, it's not the same as the East. So keep that in mind. Africa itself, if you look at the Central Africa, the East Africa, and Southern Africa, let's divide it. North Africa, it's and West Africa, it's very diverse. The topic today, as you saw, I would like to discuss the arrival of the new sheriff in town and what it means to the travel. And there is no secret. We knew how what Trump said about about the countries in Africa when he referred. What did he say? Shithole nations. And that thinking about or those stereotypes about the continent, about Africa in general, they don't help. And I, who is trying to say, hey, we would like you to visit, you are faced with those challenges. I would like each and every one of you who have not been to Africa, who has not been to Rwanda or Ghana, Kenya, Tanzania, Gabon, Botswana, should I go on? South Africa, Mauritania, Guinea, Bissau. There's many Guinea Conakry, Gambia. I am mentioning the one we talk about: Togo, Gabon, Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast is where your chocolate comes from. If you like chocolate, Ivory Coast. there are many resources that come from Africa, and yet many people don't know, and yet they consume um, what comes from the soil um, of Africa, both from the soil or under. Chief among them is our phone here, our phone or our computer, the material used, the coltan that we found in our phone is powered by a coltan that is found in DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo. So don't you think that's a place to visit? Aren't you curious to go and see where your delicious chocolate grows, the bean of cacao, or the cocoa bean, just to discover um, the place that is known as also where the humanity started. I think to me it makes sense. Um, my French was colliding with my English. I am a Francophone. So that leads us into that perception that Africa, by far and large, is not safe because of all those images we keep seeing. Um, and that's one area where I'm also focusing in raising awareness to say, well, um, it's not so. I am very lucky that tomorrow we are going to host Mark from the Walters YouTube channel. And Mark has traveled to many countries, about 90 countries, and he's been to many countries in Africa. So he is a person of authority that we can talk about, really dig deeper in the travel and see um, what his thoughts are. Um, now, we have a new sheriff in town that's in the United States, and I'm really curious on how that's going to impact how you uh, plan for your next trip. This is true in COVID or after COVID, because the policies that comes from the new administration may be of a positive impact or a negative impact. So it depends on 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 what they decide to implement. But at the same time, does that mean now um, that that fear or I mean, as everything improves, what does that mean? I am really curious in seeing what happens next, because I think there is a cascade in everything. Now, if he's going to be more for the vaccines and the vaccines that um, gives us that reassurance, so those policies that will give us reassurance to travel again, will you make Africa and Rwanda your next destination? I would love you to do that. Because traveling is um, traveling is needed, and traveling is something that we must do, um, and we should do. Except that the travel trend continues to really show that by and large, travelers are not comfortable to travel to sub-Sahara Africa, let's say, because Morocco is the number one destination for traveling, by the way, in Africa, Morocco, Egypt, and that could make sense because of their history. Ghana, Ghana, they had a great plan, I think, in 2019 with the marketing plan that they did, where we saw many African Americans going to Ghana, and I think there is a roots, there is connection in trying to go and find where the ancestors came from. Um, so the travelers, we would like you to travel. We would like you to travel. Please, if you have any question, let me know. Um, let me know. Let me know if you have any question. I have not touched much on what brought me here, but I will. Um, we have viewers all over the world, and once again, thank you. If you have not subscribed, please do. I see that the numbers, our community continues to grow. If you have had a chance to review our membership, let me know what you think about the different perks, or if you'd like to see more. Essentially, we would like to stay in touch with you to know how you feel about any number of services or products that we offer. 2021, United States has a new president, Joe Biden, President Joe Biden, and the new Vice President, Kamala Harris. It is a historical moment to see a woman of color and who has reached the highest office in the United States. Congratulations to both of them. For us who are in the traveling and now it's COVID. So what does that mean to us? I know he has reversed the travel ban for the Muslim countries and some countries in Africa that was put in place by his predecessor. Yeah, so I'm just curious. I have some numbers that I'm gonna share. There is this news I found out about the trend in how the black travelers how they or more so how many of them travel and how much they spend. Those statistics that were commissioned by many black advisory organizations were very interesting. Because it was my first time to really come across those numbers, and they are really good numbers. And also another question that I have now with this situation, the pandemic and the sad situation we've seen in the United States in terms of the discrimination and the racism. Now, are we seeing more and more black travelers saying, well, it's time for me to go and discover a new place. In fact, most of my viewers or followers, I think you are um, you're in the United States, and you learn our channel through the Unapologetic family, and that was kind of amazing. Um, and I think it is time um, that we put our continent first. That we say, I'm going to take my vacation, my family vacation. I'm just gonna take it. Um, I'm going to go to Africa. Why not? Um, I mean, you have 54 countries to choose from. um, I would say, yeah, choose Rwanda because that's where Zaniheza we are. We tend to grow, and we are geared to grow. We are in this pandemic situation, and we we would like to um, keep going so that we can do more for you, the our travelers and our subscribers. That we hope, if you're not in Rwanda, you can visit Rwanda, and if you are in Rwanda, then you should also visit your backyard. In fact, if you are in Kigali, why are you in Kigali? If there is Guma Murugo, that's stay at home, you should be going on a nice tour, and we can take you to uh, Rusizi, Karongi. In fact, you saw the virtual experience we did yesterday. So, tell me how that was. If you were, um, if you had a chance to see it, did you enjoy the experience that we did yesterday? Um, Travel in 2021. Is this going to be a year of a recovery? That's hard to say. Um, at least there's a vaccine now that wasn't there before, so that's amazing. That's fantastic. Um, I read in some reports about a talk about a vaccine passport and how that can be implemented. Um, Even giant tech companies such as Apple, Google, Microsoft included, they were discussing how to get involved in coming up with a vaccine passport. So, what do you think about that? The vaccination piece, um, is that going to help in the travel? Is that going to make you more eager to travel, less to travel? Um, Hi, Joyce. Well, yes, Rwanda is not in the lockdown. It's only Kigali. However, the international airport is still open, so you can travel to Rwanda, and you just need to know that, yeah, and it's only for 15 days. So it's just again in Kigali, because if you watched my our virtual experience or tour, We were on the lake. We were on Lake Kivu. Was that beautiful? So no, you please travel. It's only for 15 days, and I do understand they had to take those measures for the safety of the population because the number was increasing highly. I am not fully immersed in what's going on in Tanzania, although I was watching our friend Lady Visionary, also a YouTuber, and she was saying that as much as the government has not implemented strong COVID policies, um, there are people that she met on the ground that mentioned how some of their family members were, dying from COVID. So what does that mean? So I would rather travel in a country that really takes this COVID seriously because it is a serious um, situation we are in. And Rwanda, let me tell you, has been at the forefront of this since day one. When I traveled to Kigali in February of 2020 last year, before the lockdown, I traveled through two states in America. I think I flew from Chicago um, to Newark and then continued onward to Brussels. And each time I went to those places, that was actually end of January. I went to the airport. It was business as usual. And we know the pandemic had already started in China and so on. So I traveled through those countries. And when I landed in Kigali, I have a picture of this. If you follow on me on my Instagram, when I landed in Kigali, they already had at the airport, they had the Rwandan Biomedical Center staff checking for your temperature. This was the end of January, and they were even wearing masks. So the country was ready. Um, I was very grateful for that. That shows that the the authorities they do a great job. So yes, the lockdown is right now it's it's not a great situation to be in. However, they are taking measures, necessary measures, and like I just said, they have always done that since day one. United States, they are vaccinating, but there are many. How many are there? 300 millions. Whew, how long is it going to take to reach everybody? That is a good thing. So as you get vaccinated, you can travel. Although there's two sides, and I would like you to tell me what you think. Two sides. There's I, the traveler, I get vaccinated, and then I need to go to country A or B. So I guess depending on where you are, you may have the vaccine, and other countries may need to catch up. Rwanda also will be receiving their batch of vaccines soon. I was reading on that as well. Um, but for now, it is a lockdown, but only in Kigali. Only in Kigali. Anywhere else, it's still business as usual. Um, although it is challenging. So since everywhere else is business as usual, I am looking for content that um, I can bring to you, our viewers, like the one on Lake Kivu. If you'd like to see more virtual content, let me know. They do take a lot of logistics, so to say, to put them in place. They do require more logistics to put them in place. I do try for you, the viewers. The one on the lake, I should say, it was only after the fact when someone texted me and was saying that the live happened on the lake and we were connected live, and that's when I realized that we did. we did something rather cool, don't you think? We- Minus catching a fish and eating it, then that will be an amazing virtual experience. There are more things I would like to show you. I don't know, just in more of the authentic experience. What makes a place um, unique, and Rwanda is really is remarkable. I like to say that, for example, Hawaii. I like Hawaii. It's a picture perfect poster card you see on the poster, or even many other warm places, and with the ocean. You look on the postcard and you feel like you want to go. Rwanda, what makes it unique? Yeah, it does still look beautiful. Hello there, Felix. Are they safe? I I will. I should put some of these comments on this. Um, yes, all right. I'm going to the comments now. I'm learning. Um, you can still go to Rwanda. Rwanda is we will get you to travel the country. Um, yeah, the lake. That's Lake Kivu. That's Lake Kivu. You should go and eat the small fish we call it isambaza from Lake Kivu. They are really delicious. My favorite. Um, United States is already vaccinating. Yes, I heard. In Canada as well, they are. They are vaccinated. They are. It's this vaccine. Now we get to the vaccine question. Are those vaccines 100 safe? Well, well, you know, are any vaccines and any medication we take safe? That is a personal um, yeah, decision or choice to make. Um, all I know is nothing can remain hidden. Anything eventually comes to light. I was watching a documentary last night about the situation in Wuhan. These two journalists were sent to report just when the situation finally came out. And according to this, I think it's a reliable documentary. Was it on Vice? Yeah, it's on Vice. I can share the link. And what happened in Wuhan um, uh, when the vaccine broke out? Now we are seeing those footages. According to the documentary, the footage we were looking at were never released, and they had a way to smuggle them out of China. And now we can see what was happening on ground zero, and it's very interesting how the journalist had was arrested to begin with. So I can share that documentary. So are they safe? I would say anything done, give or take. Eventually, we find out. But I just want to travel. I just want people to travel. Look, if they say they are vaccines and people feel safe and they either take them and not take them, I would like you to get on that plane and travel and do it safely. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Um, yes, I am getting I am yes. I think the lives are really a great platform for me, for us at Zaniheza to stay connected with each and every one of you. I am waiting for the emojis. We have emojis. Go and get the membership. I did not sleep for days. Okay, mind you, I don't sleep. But really, everything we do at Zaniheza, you can go check. Everything we do at Zaniheza is really from our heart. It's our passion. It really drives me. I would like to show. In fact, when I had the vision on the mission, is through our eyes. Um, yeah, we can do. Yeah, we can do that. Absolutely. Art workers. I am in process of doing an interview with this young man who does really beautiful drawings. The drawings, but I think when you say artisan, you want people who weaves the baskets. Just let me know. Send me. I will try my best to see how we can bring that live. I was gonna show you how we milk the cow because I do love milk. Yes, I do love milk. Not with cookies. I love milk. I mean, cows. I was raised growing up in Rwanda. My grandfather had cows, and that was my vacation. I used to go to visit my grandparents, and being a city boy, I was born in the city. So the kids in small town, they used to make fun of me because a city boy. They found us very weak and sensitive to different things they were not. Um, it was my fun time. So one thing I like to do, one of my favorite activity was to go look after cows. And cows are really sacred and very central to our lives in Rwanda. And in fact, when you visit, you can go see the loyal cows that have really beautiful, um, what do you call this? Sometimes my French collide. Um, yeah, so I was, um, we are planning. We really have beautiful and amazing contents coming up. And that one also, am I an artisan myself? I am an artisan of travel experiences. I weave the travel experiences. that's that's it's or the YouTube and do the puzzles and um it's what I do. Um Hello college men spot. If you can go and grab one of those emoji, I would definitely instantly recognize some of you. But I'm learning. I can see some familiar names, so thank you for joining. Um, Local art. Yes, it's a good point that you mentioned environmentally friendly. I think Rwanda is we are by um, nature conscious of our environment. Did you know Rwanda was the first, I believe, to ban plastics? And even I think in Canada they haven't. They were thinking of doing it. Rwanda really banned the use of plastic bags. That happened, I believe, in 2016. Rwanda has the highest female representation in parliament in actually everyday life. Rwanda was the first to ban the use of plastic bags. So environmental uh, concern, we are in Rwanda. I'm very proud to say that we are very aware and we do we they the and the government they take all the measures to put those in place. So yeah, thank you for that. Um, People are trying to get out. Well, you know, here's what I tell myself. This is the new reality. And the way we travel, the way we communicate, um, the way we live has changed. Um, in 2009, 2020, when before we went in the when we went the lockdown in March, that's when Zaniheza was going to become fully operational. And I had to make a decision either to continue or to forget about my passion, my dream, which is Zaniheza. And I spoke to many of my friends, and they said, look, the world is going to be in a very bad place with this pandemic. There are a lot of uncertainties, and definitely the travel is that's it. So what are you thinking, Charles? Just end this. That's what I was advised to do. I made the decision to continue, and uh, now it's been a year. Do I have any regret? Because you understand, running a business for a year without any profit, that's been the reality that I've been in. And I feel really bad for many many businesses that have had to close because of the pandemic. So each time when I go to bed and I wake up, if I sleep at all, mm, um, it's it can be very taxing on you. Here we are. We 1 year is past, and this year is already looking very grim. So my point is, well, a lot is going on, and I it is a reality. We live. We have to live within that reality. It's almost like you will be on the plane going somewhere, and then before you land, the country is in the lockdown. In fact, it happened. But hey, you need to keep going. So whether you have to spend 14 days in the quarantine, I don't know. But we will make way with this. But for us as an organization that has said, we will try our best, we definitely need to find a way to remain sustainable and keep going. Because I truly believe that Zaniheza wants the world to travel, and we were seeing this. If Zaniheza is no longer there, or if your favorite baker is no longer there, then I think that's going to be a more sad world to wake up to. Does that make sense? Yeah, if um, the businesses or that we've known growing up, or those services, they will be essential. Because can you imagine waking up to a world, let's say vaccine work, yay, and we all feel, oh, amazing, time to go to Rwanda, we go to Kenya, and wait, who is going to show me around? Who is going to take me to these restaurants? Or which restaurants I'm going to eat to? To me, that would be a sad world. So I would like to ask each one of you, keep supporting us, and you know, so that I don't know how that day is gonna be. I am wondering, are we just gonna wake up and say, "Woo, beautiful"? Yes, Rwanda is very clean. When I went to Rwanda after 24 years, I immediately said Rwanda reminds me of Japan because I traveled to Japan too. Now, people who heard me saying that, they were like, "Well, you are of Rwandan descent. You are biased." And I always say, Drew Binsky, the YouTuber, Drew, she's really huge. Drew, if you ever see this, I would like to do a YouTube show. So Drew Binsky, he did a show in Rwanda, and he said Rwanda reminds him of Japan. So I think he would know that maybe more than me because he has been to many countries than I have. So that's the person I always refer as my credibility on how Rwanda is amazingly clean. Um, yeah, that's a very good question. I was in local regional tourism even before. I did not found Zaniheza thinking about international tourism, or since seems like most of the travel product we have are geared um, for safari. I do not do safari. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I do not do safari. By extension, I feel that the travel packages we have are inherited from the pre-thinking of how Africa should be visited, except a few companies that I know that are showing a different side of Africa. Um, there's a company owned by a lady in the United States that I later discovered, and they are really doing something unique, and they've been doing this for a while. I will remember the name of the company. So my focus is who we are as people, and from day zero, I structured Zaniheza to um, to be um, the number one choice for local tourism, for regional tourism. Now, if you go on our website, we are the only, this I know, we are the only travel company or the company that provides experiences that does so in, we have the Kinyarwanda language, we have French, and we have English. We have an Instagram in Kinyarwanda, we have an Instagram in French, we have an Instagram in English. French because in on the continent there are many countries that speak French. Kinyarwanda because Rwanda they speak Kinyarwanda. Regional tourism, when Rwanda reopened, I designed the packages such as we were the first to have a sport infused product. It's called well, it was simply yoga and golf. I wanted to blend both because I love yoga. It's serene. If you are watching this, you should try our yoga experiences. Doing yoga is something in Rwanda that I've been obsessed with since day one because of the nature. It's really serene, the surrounding, and the avocado. So yes, I am for regional tourism. I for local tourism, but I got to a point where I got frustrated uh, internally. Um, since September, we've been marketing our products to the regional and to the local tourists. However, it's not easy. We need to raise awareness as to also travel locally. Because sometimes I get, am I going to travel in my own city when I know my city? And my answer is, well, do you really know your city? And I challenge them back. Um, there is this idea, and actually, this is the topic that we, the Black people, don't really travel. We don't really, it's not, or when we do, it's not how the world sees it or how we should travel. I don't know if that makes sense. So this is going to lead to what I saw in the report that was commissioned by Black Advisory Association, and they said this is quite interesting. The report indicates that um, I think I'm going to share my screen. Um, Thank you. I am very committed. It goes beyond travel. It's I would like to change the negative narratives of Africa and Africans or Black people per se through travel technology. That's what I'm trying to do, and I've been doing, and also empower the youth so that uh, the continent is really young. Is really young. Can you imagine if we can build a prosperous Africa? Not only it's already rich in natural resources, and most people don't know Africa feeds you because I mean I watched the documentary where the natural resources they are all processed not in Africa but they are all processed in the West. So those industries, there's jobs created in those parts of the world due to the natural resources that are found in Africa. So without getting deeper into that, because I would rather not, I would build the company that that I am putting all the energy in. But yeah, so think of that. It's just full circle. I think every road leads to Africa. I mean, it's where it started to begin with. The cradle of humanity is in Africa. Um, Now, my findings. Please keep the question going. And I'm I'm sharing this because look, guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is from the Black Leisure Traveler, Black Travel Alliance, and look, 129 billion was spent on travel. So 9 billion from Black Americans in the UK, 8.1 billion in Germany, 7.8 billion from Canada and in France. These are huge numbers. Um, Now, if you dig deeper, though, most of these numbers, the travel doesn't go to Africa. We would like you to come, spend some of this money more in Africa. The travelers um, that go to Europe and go to Asia, I think Africa should also be really a point of focus, not just like, hey, what's happening? So this report was commissioned by the Black Traveler Advocacy Organizations, MMJY Global, if you want to look into it. And they did a survey. They did a survey in the United States, Canada, France, Germany. So this is very interesting. I read what I saw, and imagine if all these travelers can subscribe to our channel, we will hit 50 million as well, like Mr. Beast. So please share. I think the one thing that I saw is why they travel to certain country, and they said it's where they see a strong black representation. Um, Black representation. So you can read the report. It's linked through blacktravelalliance.com. Thank you for anyone from there. That was very insightful. So the travel does happen. Yeah, that's huge. I was like, that's huge. That's really huge. I would never, I would like to dig deeper, but that is huge. And those are the numbers I would like to see come to the continent and to Rwanda, each one of you, because Africa is still really um, not the number one destination for many, and including family vacation. Um, family vacation. And even I, when I was designing my package, I didn't really think of families as my targeted audience, because family go to Africa, it's not safe, malaria. There's always a list of things that, where do I start explaining that you will be fine, you will be fine. I can't speak for every country in Africa, however, from what I've seen, other countries also are safe. I mean, you have all these people going to Somalia. I saw was it a hotel in Somalia on Instagram, and I was just blown away. I would like to travel there as well. Um, and so Rwanda, I can say 140% that it's safe, it's clean, it's beautiful, because I've been there, and the hospitality is just, you have to come and see for yourself. Um, Yes. So usually there's two things. Those who would like to travel to Rwanda or to Africa, they want to go and see the gorilla at the safari. Um, I would like to show you a different side of Africa, or in this case, let's say Rwanda, that you will really enjoy. So let me go back to the family. I didn't really foresee that family will be a type of client until we welcomed the Pope family that did an experience for us. And really thank you to the guests, to the travelers. Nowadays, traveling, you need to be brave. I did it in October. Although I don't mind an empty plane, let me tell you, Joyce, if you travel, the plane, it's now really, it's not full in some planes. So you get that one-on-one attention we all need sometimes. So the Pope family, we show them Kigali. And one activity we do is, um, let me turn this off, was the pottery. There you go for you, Numa. We have an amazing pottery. You go and wow, and you make pot. Um, and later on, I saw when he was posting on his Facebook how he felt about that specific experience. And there's one thing that he said: the family that does pottery together stays together. And then hit me, and I was like, wow, yeah, yes, yes. Not just pottery. There is other art, like the Rwandan traditional cowdong that you can do. Um, so, and the model I have can be replicated somewhere. Uh, yes, please, please do book a flight and go. You will never regret doing it, and especially with Zanheza. I'm hoping we can replicate the model everywhere. So. How do you feel? If you're in the United States specifically, just let me know, with Joe Biden being the president now, and is that going to, if you've been following his policy now, will you travel more? I think Trump may have scared some people, but at the same time, as a result of that and the sad situation that we saw in America and uh, the increased racism, we um, the the interest of the continent grew. Now, if that's removed, then does it go down? The travel, that is, does it go up? Um, I don't know. Yeah, absolutely. Art therapy, yeah, it can and it does. I have seen it. I have. Um, and we can definitely have more experiences like this. Yes, so with the new sheriff in town, will you travel? It's a very simple statement. However, you understand it. It comes with um, more underlying uh, understanding of what happens next. Now, for one, I hope that you find a way, right, Joyce? Whether it's COVID or not. Yes, this COVID is not interesting. Coming up, coming up. We have an interview tomorrow with Walters at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, midnight Central African Time. It's tomorrow. Walters and his family, they've been to over 90 countries. Rwanda is one of them. And I I would like to talk about travel in Rwanda because him and his family, they seem to have um, like literally, I don't know, they seem to have fallen in love with our culture, and they are a strong advocate of traveling to Rwanda. Um, we have an interview tomorrow. Please tune in. It's gonna be at 2 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I would like to see the 500 of you. We have 3,000 plus subscribers. Please leave your comments in the chat box. Um, we will post a reminder poster on Instagram and everywhere. I hope you can join us for that amazing interview. It's tomorrow. Um, we may have another live with my team soon, maybe Sunday. We are working on those videos. Some of you suggested that they do individual videos, so we are working on those as well, so that you can meet them. And so they are working on the videos. One of the viewers expressed interest in learning Kinyarwanda, and I am putting a class together. Would you like to learn Kinyarwanda? Let me know. I'm I'm uh, uh, I'm hoping to start the class next week. We can teach you a few things in Kinyarwanda that when you go, or even just learning a new language is always interesting. I know because I speak, give or take, 5 languages. Some more fluently, and I never forgot when I decided to become fluent in English, because before 1994, Rwanda um, was not an English-speaking country. It's always been francophone. So during my time, I learned English later, and it has helped me do this, communicate with you. And I can switch to French and communicate with the francophone. Um, my Japanese never took off, but I do understand more sometimes. Yeah, good comment here. I don't feel much in previous if prices to travel to the continent remain unreachable. A lot of people who also price is a concern. I have a question for you. What from the US, I believe. Um, what do you consider unreachable? Which price do you consider unreachable? Um, or unaffordable? In travel, yeah, travel is expensive, but one person said something really, 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 really nice. He said, you are building your self-worth. Let's do some numbers, shall we? Let's say you buy coffee and on the average $5 Starbucks, take about coffee every day and 7 days, what, $35, 140. So if you can save maybe give or take, I'm not sure what the situation is. You can save, several $100 a month. You can within a year and a half maybe um, reach that price. I don't know, but yeah, it is costly, but it's not. Airline price is not. In fact, go check. I think um, if you are committed to travel to Rwanda, and I mean it can be lower than 1,000, but I know like in Canada, traveling within Canada can be costly than traveling to Africa, for example. I think international travel tend to be more affordable. I don't know about the United States specifically, but United Airlines, it is possible. It is possible. And one of my key strengths is really finding the right combination of how you get to Rwanda, and but you do make a good point. I think those airline prices are depending on the a number of policies, but I'm more interested in um, or also interested on how we make that work. Um, I do speak. Yeah, it's not by choice. Some of it. Here's a background story. I was born in the Democratic Republic of Congo, in the West. In the West, they speak Lingala, French, and some other nearby um, local languages. But Lingala was the one that was spoken the most. So I learned French by default, and I learned Lingala, and I think some Kinyarwanda because my parents were Rwandan. So already I'm hit with three languages, and then I move to Rwanda, and now I have to focus on Kinyarwanda and yes, mostly Kinyarwanda, but Lingala was always there and French. The story goes when I landed in Rwanda and my parents enrolled me in a Rwandan school, I failed because my Kinyarwanda was zero. My Kinyarwanda was not that good. And then I left when I was 16, and since I was not surrounded by many people from my community, and I already left speaking a so-so Kinyarwanda, so I have had to reteach myself Kinyarwanda, like literally. I speak better Kinyarwanda now than I did 2 or 3 years ago. So if you'd like to learn Kinyarwanda, please, please do. I see you would like to relocate. If you feel it strongly in you, make one-way trip. Just go. When I move, let me empower you on that. When I was 19 years old, I'm trying to just give you a snapshot. Well, when I was 16, because of the war, I had to, keep going. But at some point, I ended up in Bukavu. And when I was 19 years old, I moved to Kenya. I did not speak English fluently, my friend. And back then, we didn't even have Google, internet, YouTube. We did not have YouTube, and we did not have Charles to guide me. So I landed in Kenya without knowing anyone. I mean, and knowing speaking, they speak Kiswahili, but a more advanced Kiswahili. I spoke Swahili from Bukavu, which was more of yeah, it's not as a good. It's there. I landed in Kenya and I had to make my way around things. Same idea when I came to Canada. If you are committed and now you have YouTube and you have me and you say, I'm going to go, just one thing though, if you do choose to go, you need to understand how you're going to earn your living. Because if you go and any place you go, you need to make that, you need to earn an income. If you go and you have no way to survive, then that's a different situation. Because the system in Africa, it's not built to give the support you may need. It's not quite there yet. Do you see? But if you are committed and watch a lot of YouTube videos, maybe talk to me, grab that plane and go. The rest, as they say, inshallah. um, um, should have a lot of value at an affordable price. In reference to that, it depends. I don't think the Kenyan experience are necessarily the cheapest. However, you need to understand their travel industry has matured. They've been doing that for many years. And with that, they have an instructor and support that allows them maybe for some experiences to offer certain prices. So speaking about Zanieza and where Rwanda is, we are really building our country after our country is new. And Rwanda is geared to high end, and there is a reason for that. It's the quality. Quality. I think quality should never be compromised. I will never compromise quality in what I do. Speaking about me, I can tell you that our experiences, as much as we call them affordable luxury. So um, that's my thought on that. But this is a really good point. But you definitely have amazing value. Um, and what are we referring here? The distance. Yes. Someone is asking me a question. Am I married? That's a question for there will be an answer one day. um, but thank you. I mean, there will be an answer. I am someone who rarely talks about the personal side of Charles. Although I have my own channel somewhere, if you'd like to subscribe to that one. I am starting my own personal YouTube channel because I am seeing that I could interact on a different levels with my viewers on my channel than Zaniheza, since Zaniheza is a brand channel. We talked about what I came to say. I think this is always an amazing time for me to get to know each and every one of you. I really hope the community grows. Please sign up for a membership. It's for let me use the lines from World Vision. They seem to have a stronger impact for anyone watching. For less than a cup of coffee a day, you can help that kid in Africa. And then you have flies going by. Have you seen those commercials? World Vision. I saw one when I first landed here in Canada, and it has stayed with me until I saw Trevor Noah do one where it was a reverse situation. But anyways, we talked about Rwanda. So in recap, um, I just wanted to touch upon the new um, the new administration and how that's going to impact the travel or that thinking of Africa. And let me say thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your comments. I strongly would like this. This is my passion and saying Africa is safe. About 700 million people travel for culture experiences, and very few of them consider Africa. So if you are one of those 54 countries, pick one. And for now, I would say Zaniheza. We are hoping to grow. That was my vision from day one. Um, the vision when I was thinking it was see Africa through our eyes. However, start small. So I am in Rwanda. Um, I do not focus on safari because that's again that image that we have of traveling to Africa. Our culture is amazing. I mean, 54 nations, many languages. You can imagine. Do you know that South Africa? This is for one of my viewers. They have 11 official languages. So if you're from South Africa, I mean, I will be curious to know how many languages you speak because of 11 official languages. And please go listen to their national anthem. It is one of the most beautiful national anthem, really. And the Rwanda too. Actually, the one for Rwanda, the lyrics are really inspiring. If you'd like to learn Kinyarwanda with us, let me know. There is a subscriber slash viewer who expressed that interest. Um, on that note, do not forget to subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell button so that you are notified. I will be live tomorrow with Walter. Um, please share so our channel can grow. I mean, let's hit 5K. That would be amazing. Comments, hit the like, feedback, talk to us, and please go and get a membership so you can get those cool emojis. We have 4 categories of the membership. And yeah, I would like to see one of those emojis next to your name next time, hopefully. And that also will help us to to keep going, so we can keep doing this that I enjoy. Do we have any other questions? It's been a great live. It's this live ends. We continue. You can always reach me, my email, our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and I'm a courage. You speak the sometimes when I'm in Rwanda and there's yes this nook in Rwanda they use you know when they talk to me and I keep asking myself what are they saying. Yes, I do know those complexity and it's fun. It's really challenging. So maybe you should have a refresher. We can teach you the new way that they talk in Rwanda. It's very very interesting and worth learning. On that note, I would like to say murakoze. Thank you. Merci. Arigato gozaimasu. Asante. Ni meza cyane. See you tomorrow for another amazing live by Zani Heza. Bye bye.